Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. In the last episode, we finished up the rest of Hailfire Peaks, and in this episode, we got some more post-level backtracking to do. Yay! So, first and foremost, we're going to go and turn those 5 Cheato Pages back over to Gruntilda's lair in Spiral Mountain, well, her former lair, rather. But first things first, actually, we're already done with what we had to do in that level based off dragons, and so we had Dragon Kazooie. So let's go ahead and turn Kazooie back to her earlier bird form because, you know, the next level I did say we're going to be doing that every other level, but I also didn't mention that it was actually going to be the last time that we're going to be using Kazooie in her dragon form. Because, you know, after that, then, we're just going to be using regular Kazooie for the rest of the adventure. So, anyway, so we're back in Grunty's lair, or her old lair, rather. I actually went ahead and cut all the way over to here, though, because consider the fact that, you know, we've already made it this far, and you guys have already seen the route to get to the lair just by going over to Jinjo Village, and then to Spiral Mountain, and then over to the lair. So, you've already seen all that, so I figure you guys don't really need to see all that, so I figured just go ahead and just, you know, use the power of editing and just cut ourselves all the way over to this location, so... Anyway, so the next cheat. Now, this is where we actually really do start the cheat. The next one is called Honeyback, and we're going to see in just a sec here after, you know, after doing more teleportations over to the code chamber. So we're going to go ahead and spell this out here. So, you know how, you know, previously it was back when we were just going to be having upgrades to our inventory like eggs or feathers? This is actually where we're going to be using, you know, actual cheats. We really are actually cheating the game here. It's like, might as well be using a Game Shark or Action Replay. But yeah, it's like we're actually going to be cheating at this point, though. Although, not to the extent of having to use the other cheats, because there are many other cheat codes that we can use, though, but they're not really part of the whole Cheato page kind of side quest here. So we're not going to be, that's why we're not really going to be using those, because I don't want to, you know, like, cheat or anything, though. So, Honeyback, what it does here is that automatic energy regain. So it's basically it's an auto regeneration kind of a health. So whenever you take damage, like I'll take an example by getting hit by this Moggy here. So we take damage here, and then there we go. So yeah, this is an auto regenerate for your health. So yeah, in other words, we really are cheating here. Oh my god, we're basically just we're breaking the game is what it is, just by just taking damage, but then just getting it back. So yeah, we are cheating. We're cheating bastards. Yeah, you cheating bastards! I had to go there. I mean, I had to do another reference to a rare product. So anyway, so yeah, we're back here in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. So now that we got some more upgrades for like some more moves, then we can just go back and get some of the other Jiggies that we weren't able to get. So so we'll see in a sec. So actually, going back to with the whole Honeyback cheat. It probably might as well be useful though, like because later on we'll definitely be getting some more challenging things. Like it's getting to where the game will pretty much spike in difficulty as we progress through, and especially like towards the final boss. Because I know the final boss, a bit of a spoiler though, but it's definitely going to be very hard and difficult to have to go through. But using the Honeyback cheat kind of is nice in a way, though. But if you want a real challenge, though, then I would recommend just leaving the Honeyback cheat off, though, for a real challenge, and I guess to play the game, legitimately. But, it's my channel, I feel so cheap right now, so figure I'd just go ahead and just leave it on. Just have all of the cheats on, Alright, so since Kazooie has her glide ability, then we'll just go into the Smuggler's Cavern just by taking down the this little shortcut over there, because you have to blow up the gunpowder. Or the powder keg that we have there with grenade eggs, and then that'll blow up the whole wall. And then the Kazooie will be able to go over there by herself, and then just use a glide to get to that get to that platform. That's taken from the water to get that Jiggy. So that's actually nice in a way. There's one more thing we have to get in this level too, just by going down to Atlantis. And we actually did previously go into that one temple. That was for a short time though, because I realized I was going the wrong way when I meant to go to the Seaweed Sanctum. So if we just go and swim over this way, it's actually going to be right over in that temple right there. Also, I never mentioned this at all. Like, I completely glossed it over and just talk about other things, though. But, as you just saw, we have 72 Jiggies currently, and we actually went over 70 Jiggies. And so, therefore, we've actually reached the requirement to actually beat the game, because you need 70 Jiggies to actually beat the game, though. But but I don't want to end this adventure early, because I did say I was going to get every single Jiggy, because this is a 100% completion run. So, so therefore, no adventure is going to be complete without getting everything, and that's kind of what it is. And, even in Donkey Kong 64, arguably enough. So, but yeah, we do want to make sure to get everything because you know we don't want to miss out on anything just like you know not getting all the other Jiggies. So. Anyway, so we're back in the ancient swimming baths, and so there's that Cheato page that we can just get by having Kazooie glide over. Now, I actually did try this earlier before. You actually can get this Cheato page very early, like even on your first visit to the level. What you have to do is that you basically can just sequence break just by having Banjo himself go over to the piece of that column and just stand there, and you can actually just you know sequence break, but just by using Banjo's unintentional double jump with a pack whack. Just by, you know, using that and then pressing A again, and then you get that Cheato page. So you can actually do that, though, but I didn't do it earlier, though, because I figured I just kind of want to do it the legit way, because, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some of you that are probably going to be using this Let's Play as a guide. So, you know, I kind of figure, you know, maybe I could probably just show this up, because you know, if that's the case, and I do want to at least make this you know, a legit playthrough of this whole game, so, you know, to see how to actually get through, you know, basically in the intended way. That's also the reason why I wait until I get that one Jiggy in Glitter Gulch Mine, where usually you can just use the fire eggs to light your way, you know, that one dark room in, like, deep in the mines. So you can actually just use the fire eggs to light your way, or just, you know, just look closely at the screen and see your pathway, but I actually wait until after we got the split up ability to actually just go for the legit way, so, I mean, that's what I promised anyway. Alright, so here we are back in the godforsaken Grunty Industries, and there's one Jiggy that, well, actually no, scratch that. There's actually two Jiggies that we can get now with those two new abilities. So the first one we're gonna do is that we're gonna go ahead and have Kazooie over there, you know, by herself. You know, a lot of those are actually just you know, just involving splitting up as well. So first thing you want to do though is that since we actually didn't do this earlier, I probably could have done so on the first visit, but I didn't think to do that though, because you know, I'm kind of a dumbass at this point. So what you want to do is shoot the window with the grenade eggs, and then you want to go back over to get the claw climber boots, and then you just have to go and climb up to the window, and then that's where you can be. So, and then there's gonna be the one challenge that we're gonna be going to as well. So we'll see in just a sec. So other than that, hope you guys are also having a good day as well. I've actually been using my Switch 2 quite a bit ever since I got it. I actually just now got Donkey Kong Bonanza, and you know, ever since I put the game in, I did not want to put it down, because like holy shit, that game is a fucking blast. Like, you know, just having to put the game out, it's one of those things where you go like, all right, well, I know I got things to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play a bit of the game. And then I just don't even leave the chair and just, you know, just continue playing it. Like, you know, I'm having a lot of fun with the game. Basically, it's so great. I haven't really gotten that far though, so please no spoilers. Just please don't. Because right now I'm already at the I think I'm at the 4th or 5th sublayer of the whole game. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But I'm having so much fun with the game, so you know, definitely really enjoying it though, and so I know a lot of people are playing right now and having a lot of fun, and you know, you hear a lot of good things about it too, and you know, I'm just playing right now, and it's such a fun game, it really is, and I don't know, I can't put the game down. I've been playing the hell out of it, so yeah, but I mean, sometimes I have to stop myself because I mean, I want to keep all these things updated too, so. Anyway, so what we're doing right now though is that we're actually up in this upper area of floor 1. What we have to do though is that there's that Jiggy, but it's actually guarded by the tin tops. So yeah, what we have to do is that's basically another one of those muck waves you have to kill. So there are 6 tin tops we have to kill. So just by killing them all, just by using grenade eggs, they can only be shot when they expose themselves like that. So once they do, then just shoot them down, and then there we go. So after the tin tops have all been killed off, then there's a Jiggy right there. And yeah, the way to actually go over there, like I'm only doing this now though because Kazooie will be able to go over there with her gliding move, but I think it actually still get over there early. I think I've done that before, where or actually no, I think it requires a lake spring, because the lake spring is also, well yeah, you can also get the lake spring in this level as well. So we actually were still able to get that ability, but as long as you have that, then you actually could just have Kazooie to flat flip over to that area, and then you have to be very precise. So I mean, yeah, you probably still make it though, but you have to be very, very precise and make sure you have to get a very good landing too. But yeah, I figured I'd just go ahead and wait until I just went ahead and, you know, use the glide ability, because, you know, just to be safe for one thing. So Now there's actually, well, yeah, there's just the other Jiggy right there. So we got that, and so like I said, there's another Jiggy that that we're gonna get as well. And I realized I need more grenade eggs. So well, maybe I didn't really need more per se though, but it's gonna stock up on some though because I know this game is basically where you'll be using your grenade eggs quite a lot. So it's always a good idea to actually just make sure to stock up on a lot of grenade eggs if you ever need to. Let's see what else. See what else I do. So I know I did talk about, back when I did my my Switch 2 unboxing video, is that I was actually hoping that the current TV that I had, the HD TV, because I don't have a 4K TV, I was actually hoping that the Switch 2 would still work on it though. And look at that. Since I've been saying I was using it, it actually still does work with my current TV. So it actually is compatible with any kind of HD TV as long as they have the HDMI cables. So that's basically all you need at this point, but it does work a lot better if you're running this on the 4K TV. But yeah, that's what I did. So yeah, so there's a Jiggy right there. So you have to just go all the way over to this area to get that Jiggy that's down in the toxic waste. But that's with the what's that shack? Oh yeah, the shack pack. So that's actually what we need. So yeah, so I was actually really glad that I was still able to use my Switch 2 on my regular HD TV. Because it actually is still compatible with using that. And not only that, but I also I actually did transfer all my Switch 1 data, like every single one of my Switch 1 data, over to the Switch 2. And I was kind of worried at first though with how it would actually affect my data. But then once I actually started playing the or just testing on the games themselves, my data was actually still there, so they never got erased at all. And so I still have all my save data from all my Switch 1 games I played. I also went ahead and downloaded the Nintendo Switch 2 editions, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and just playing those right there. Oh man, the frame rate is so much smoother this time around. It looks so much great, and not only that, not only those games though, but the other games as well for the Switch 1. Like I also tested on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like I actually went and popped in my copy of Violet, and oh my god, the game looks so much better. And you know how I kind of ran about how about a Tag Tree Thicket, where or people call it Lag Tree Thicket. Well, I actually went over there just to see, and look at that, the lag is gone. There is no lag whatsoever. So guess what, guys? I can actually call it Lag Tree or Tag Tree Thicket for now. Yeah, no, I'm gonna scratch that now. I'm not calling it Lag Tree Thicket anymore. I'm calling it, from now on, we're calling it Tag Tree Thicket. And that's actually something I'll still be naming it, or just at least talk about it when in the distant future, probably in the distant future when I actually do get to eventually do a Let's Play of Scarlet and Violet. But that's gonna be a distant future because there's like so many generations that I was gonna do because since I already did my Let's Play of Gen 2, and so Gen 3 was gonna be the next one to be going to. So yeah, that's gonna be like quite a ways to go over to. Let's see, Q here to ride in the Great Bubble Elevator up to the clouds. Ooh, that means it's going to be the next level, so let's go ahead and, what do you mean, what do you mean bubble there? There's no bubble. You guys are just, doing some false information there. Okay, no, just kidding. We actually had to make the bubble to appear to get to that kind of area, so let's go back over to Jiggy Symbol, and, since we're done with all the backtracking, we'll go ahead and do the next puzzle challenge for Jiggy Wiggy. And then that should do it. This one's going to be a bit challenging, though, because there's going to be more puzzle pieces to actually just put in. There's, like, very few that's already placed on, so. Anyway, so, yeah, going back to that kind of topic. So, yeah, I'm actually so glad, like, because, as much as I actually did enjoy Scarlet and Violet, like everybody else, I did also have issues with, problems with the performance issues when playing on the Switch 1, but now playing on the Switch 2, then there's hardly any performance issues I saw there, like, not much lag. I mean, granted, though, it doesn't exactly look perfect per se, though, but, but it does feel so much better, though, so I'm actually really thankful for that, and just makes for a more enjoyable gameplay experience. And actually made me enjoy the game even more, though, like, even though I already did enjoy the games beforehand. And then, let's see, there was that, and there was also, Splatoon 3, like, I popped in, I already popped in Splatoon 3, and saw the frame rate was so much smoother now. Because, like, in some areas, like, especially if you're in the main, hub world, where, the game, the frame rate doesn't look all that great. It's like running at, I don't know, like 28, 30 frames per second. I can't remember. Like when you're in, like one of the overworlds, like either, like either Splatsville or the two of the Inkopolis areas. Because, the frame rate is always pretty bad. But it's also weird because, like, you go into the main story mode and the frame rate is so much smoother. Like, it actually runs at 60 frames per second. But now, since popping in the Switch 2, then, you know, it's so much, you know, it feels a lot smoother, no matter which area you're at. So it's so much better that way. So I'm actually, it's so great. I'm really thankful for that too. So so yeah, that's one thing that's great about that. So I'm actually glad I managed to upgrade too. Because I know that because, you know, even with the OLED model, I never really bothered with upgrading to the OLED model because I just kind of like stuck with my Switch 1. But since Switch 2 came out though, I'm actually kind of glad that I upgraded with all my data over to the new console. So anyway, so yeah, so that's all I had to say about that. And now that's new level, or new level unlock. I'm sorry, guys. I'm speaking gibberish again because, you know, my mind isn't really thinking straight. I did not mean to use a build drill. I was trying to use the talent trot to get out of there because, you know, I just want to speed myself out of there just by always using the talent trot. All right, so we definitely have Jiggies for the next challenge, which we're not going to be going to. As a matter of fact, it actually would have been like, you know, very early get to the final level because to actually jump the gun a bit here. This next level we're going to be going to, it's actually going to be located up in the clouds, so it's basically a sky level is what it is. And so one thing about it is that it's actually going to be the last level. Well, not like final level though, like more so the penultimate level. But I'm talking like this is actually going to be the last level in the traditional sense. So therefore, yep, we're basically at the tail end of this this playthrough. So yeah, we definitely come this far. So just this level to go get all the Jiggies and collectibles there, and then after that, then we should be over to the final area and just about be done with the game finally. Oh man, we've definitely come this far. So, anyways, next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we're gonna be going to this bubble elevator and head up to the new sky level. So I will see you guys next time.